Hello dear fans. What is a polymer? Definition, characteristics, types and classifications. The term polymer was proposed back in the 19th century to name substances that, with a similar chemical composition, have different molecular weights. Now, polymers are called special high molecular structures, which are widely used in various branches of technology. General information about polymers. Polymers are called organic and inorganic substances, which consist of monomeric units, combined through coordination and chemical bonds into long macromolecules. The polymer is considered a high molecular weight compound. The number of units in it is called the degree of polymerization. It must be large enough. In most cases, the number of units is considered sufficient if the addition of the next monomer unit does not change the properties of the polymer. To understand what a polymer is, it is necessary to take into account how molecules in a given type of substance bind. The molecular weight of polymers can reach several thousand or even millions of atomic mass units. The bond between molecules can be expressed using van der Waals forces. In this case, the polymer is called thermoplastic. If the bond is chemical, the polymer is called thermosetting plastic. The polymer can have a linear structure, cellulose, branched, amylopectin, or complex spatial, that is, three-dimensional. When considering the structure of the polymer, a monomer unit is isolated. This is the name of a repeating fragment of a structure that consists of several atoms. The composition of polymers includes a large number of repeating units with a similar structure. The formation of polymers from monomeric structures occurs as a result of the so-called polymerization or polycondensation reactions. Polymers include a number of natural compounds, nucleic acids, proteins, polysaccharides, rubber. A significant number of polymers are obtained by synthesis based on the simplest compounds. The names of polymers are formed using the name of the monomer, to which the prefix poly- is attached. Polypropylene, polyethylene, etc. Approaches to the classification of polymers. For the purposes of systematizing polymers, various classifications are used according to a variety of criteria. These include composition, method of production or production, spatial form of molecules, and so on. From the point of view of the features of the chemical composition, polymers are subdivided into inorganic, organic, organoelement. The largest group is organic high molecular weight compounds. These are rubbers, resins, vegetable oils, and other products of plant and animal origin. The molecules of such compounds in the main chain have atoms of nitrogen, oxygen, and other elements. Organic polymers are distinguished by their ability to deform. Organoelemental polymers are classified into a special group. The chain of organoelement compounds is based on sets of radicals belonging to the inorganic type. Inorganic polymers may not have carbon repeating units in their composition. These polymeric compounds have metal, calcium, aluminum, magnesium, or silicon oxides in their main chain. They lack side organic groups. The links in the main chains are highly durable. This group includes ceramics, quartz, asbestos, silicate glass. In some cases, two large groups of high molecular substances are considered, carbochain and heterochain. The former have only carbon atoms in the main chain. Heterochain atoms in the main chain may have other atoms, they give polymers special properties. Each of these two large groups has a fractional structure. The subgroups differ in the structure of the chain, the number of substituents and their composition, and the number of side branches. In molecular form, polymers are linear, branched, including star-shaped, flat, tape, polymer nets. Properties of polymer compounds. The mechanical properties of polymers include special elasticity, low fragility, the ability of macromolecules to orient themselves along the lines of a directed field. Polymer solutions have a relatively high viscosity at a low concentration of the substance. When dissolved, the polymers go through a swelling step. Polymers easily change their physical and chemical properties when exposed to a small dose of the reagent. The flexibility of polymers is due to their significant molecular weight and chain structure. In engineering, polymer materials often act as components of composite materials. An example is fiberglass. There are composite materials, the components of which are polymers of different structures and properties. Polymers can differ in polarity. This property affects the solubility of a substance in liquids. Those polymers, where the units have significant polarity, are called hydrophilic. There are also differences between polymers with respect to heating. Thermoplastic polymers include polystyrene, polyethylene, polypropylene. When heated, these materials soften and even melt. Cooling will cause such polymers to harden. But thermosetting polymers, when heated, are irreversibly destroyed, bypassing the melting stage. This type of materials has increased elasticity, but such polymers are not flowable. In nature, organic polymers are formed in animal and plant organisms. In particular, these biological structures contain polysaccharides, nucleic acids, and proteins. Such components ensure the existence of life on the planet. It is believed that one of the important stages in the formation of life on Earth was the emergence of high molecular weight compounds. Almost all tissues of living organisms are compounds of this type. Protein compounds occupy a special place among natural high molecular substances. These are the bricks from which the foundation of living organisms is built. Proteins take part in most biochemical reactions. They are responsible for the functioning of the immune system, for the processes of blood clotting, the formation of muscle and bone tissue. Protein structures are an essential element of the body's energy supply system. Synthetic polymers. The widespread industrial production of polymers began a little over 100 years ago. However, the prerequisites for the introduction of polymers into circulation appeared much earlier. Polymeric materials that a person has been using for a long time in his life include fur, leather, cotton, silk, wool. Binding materials are no less important in economic activity. Clay, cement, lime. When processed, these substances form polymer bodies, which are widely used in construction practice. From the very beginning, the industrial production of polymer compounds went in two directions. The first involves the processing of natural polymers into artificial materials. The second way is to obtain synthetic polymeric compounds from low molecular weight organic compounds. The use of artificial polymers. Large-scale production of polymer compounds was originally based on the production of cellulose. Celluloid was obtained in the middle of the 19th century. Before the outbreak of World War II, the production of cellulose ethers was organized. On the basis of such technologies, fibers, films, varnishes, paints are produced. The development of the film industry and practical photography became possible only on the basis of transparent nitrocellulose film. Henry Ford made his contribution to the production of polymers. The rapid development of the automotive industry took place against the background of the emergence of synthetic rubber, which replaced natural rubber. On the eve of World War II, technologies for the production of polyvinyl chloride and polystyrene were developed. These polymeric materials have become widely used as insulating substances in electrical engineering. The production of organic glass, called plexiglass, made mass aircraft construction possible. After the war, unique synthetic polymers appeared, polyesters and polyamides, which have heat resistance and high strength. Some polymers tend to ignite, which limits their use in everyday life and technology. To prevent undesirable effects, special additives are used. Another way is the synthesis of the so-called halogenated polymers. The disadvantage of these materials is that when exposed to fire, these polymers can release gases that cause damage to electronics. The greatest application of polymers is found in the textile industry, mechanical engineering, agriculture, shipbuilding, automobile and aircraft construction. Polymeric materials are widely used in medicine. Thanks for watching.